Welcome everyone to episode 1 of our Clan Eshin Vortex campaign, and today guys, DEATHMASTER SNIKCH is going to be Naruto running all over the faces of our foes, and hopefully hunting down the dreaded Malice Darkblade. Now as far as the campaign goes, we're going to be doing it on very hard with hard battle difficulty, and it is going to be Vortex with the new and improved turn time. So the turn times are absolutely insane, a huge game changer. I can't wait to do a lot more campaigns, and honestly I avoided Mortal Empires quite a bit simply because of how long the turn timers were, but Mortal Empires is much faster now, exponentially faster. It's so damn good, but Vortex is even quicker. So we're going to be doing Vortex here with Clan Eshin and DEATHMASTER SNIKCH. So on that note, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the faction effects. So he has access to Clan Eshin Shadowy Dealing. So basically this is assassin missions and things like that. You guys will get a good portrayal of that once we do get into the campaign here. And it's very, very strong. You can send assassins to do different raids and missions. They can hunt for food. They can sabotage enemy garrisons and armies and things like that. It's very, very fun. On top of that, there is a recruitment cost bump for all non-Eshin units. So we're going to be using a lot of gutter runners and those type of units and ninja rats, which I think is going to be pretty fun because, again, Skaven, I think, in campaign can become steamrollers pretty quickly using the weapons teams and a lot of the more traditional units from like Clan Mulder and things like that. But as far as the army composition, I kind of have in my mind right now, I'm thinking let's just get a ton of gun runners, a ton of ninja rats, a couple triads mixed in, just lurking in the shadows. And then from there, we're basically going to get a ton of mortars. So it's going to be fun. We're going to have a huge skirmishing wall. We'll have mortars in the back. Things are going to get pretty hog wild. So next right here, Clan Loyalty, Eshin Lords Never Defect, which is quite cool, so we don't really have to worry about that mechanic too much. Night Runners and Gutter Runners use armor-piercing, warp-infused projectiles. Oh, man, I did not even notice this before when I was looking. Night Runners and Gutter Runners units use armor-piercing, warp-infused projectiles. That's actually really big, because one of the big issues with Clan Eshin units in general, and multiplayer at least, is like Gutter Runners, Slingers, they have really poor AP value, so against dwarves they're pretty terrible, and there actually is a dwarvish kind of a mountain range right above us that we have to deal with. So having that extra AP on the Gutter Runners is going to be really nice. It doesn't look like it's reflected here in the tooltip, but perhaps once we get into the campaign we'll see that. Now, Lord effects, ambush chance increase, melee attack for embedded heroes. So basically, as the campaign does progress, we're going to want to have a couple assassins and things like that because basically they get free melee attack, which is really good. And that's really important in this campaign because you have these shadowy dealings, you have missions, and sometimes when you send characters off on missions with this campaign, it takes them a little bit of time to come back. They might be gone for 2 or 3 turns and things like that. So having a multitude of extra characters to send on missions, especially the assassins, is very nice. And of course, ability concealment bombs on pretty much, I think, all your characters. So that's pretty much it, guys. So on that note, let us jump right into this campaign and hunt down Malice. Should be fun.
Night Lord Sneak sends me to scorching sandplace. Seek great source of power here in Southlands. Must steal take return with it. No fur cities nearby. Stupid man thinks not know we're here. Yes. Still take what we need from them. Easy. Useless dead things, sands their home. Lizard things in jungle too. Both good prey for assassins to sneakish stab, gather information. Ruins nearby must expand under Empire before Big Hat Sorcerer takes. Sneak and spy on him, kill, stab, if necessary. These lands hot, nasty, too much sand. Must find mysterious power quickly. Bring back to Night Lord at all costs.
And so begins our great journey here in the Southlands with the Deathmaster of Clan Eshin. So on that note, let's go ahead and take a look at how they play. So of all the great Skaven clans, Eshin perform acts of stealth and subterfuge like no other. Schemes will naturally, being Skaven, develop over the course of the campaign and can be used to send your lords and heroes, so definitely hero spam, very powerful here with the assassins, to perform a host of instantly successful actions upon armies, characters, or settlements. Once completed, the agent may have to slip back into the shadows for a number of turns to lay low and recover. Makes sense. Now, so this is going to be a mechanic we're going to be using right away. So you can send your characters to steal food, to steal gold, to sabotage enemy armies, and there's kind of different tiers of schemes. There's the tier 1 schemes, which are pretty basic. It's like steal 1,000 gold here, steal 5 gold there, or 5 food, excuse me. But then you get some serious schemes as you do progress. So again, I don't know if we'll be getting into like the high tier schemes in this episode, but we'll try our best. So that's kind of the basic shadowy dealings, which we'll be looking at just pretty much right away once we start. So we also have greater clan contracts. So if you guys look up top here, you can see we have Clan Moors, we have a Clan Mulder, Pestilence, Scryer. We pretty much have the whole gang here. So over the course of the campaign, these different clans, they'll send you a contract. They'll be like, hey, we want you to go spy on Clan Eshin, or we want you to spy on this other clan, or do something bad to them, basically. So you can choose to basically ally with different clans depending on how you want to build your army. So if you want to have a bunch of Eshin units, and you also want to have like Rat Ogres and things like that, or upgrade upgraded, I guess, Molder units or whatever it may be, you want to work with them, right? Because again, you guys saw on the loading screen or kind of the initial screen that you do have a penalty for non-Eshin units. So I'm pretty sure that over the course of the campaign, you are going to be able to kind of get these units without a penalty by just kind of becoming their pals. So it's kind of a neat way to kind of contour your army. It adds some fluff because, again, for anyone who's read the Gotrek and Felix novels, Skaven are all about backstabbing each other, and pretty much like if they were able to unify, work together, just be good old pals, like the dwarves, for example, Skaven would just be like the most terrifying force in the world. But pretty much what always undoes them is the fact that they're just like, always scheming against one another, just, trying to steal the glory of the Horned Rat there. So those are the greater clan contracts you can see here. We'll be getting those pretty quickly. I believe the first one comes in the first couple turns, which is quite a bit of fun. And the other mechanics you can see are the Skaven under Empires and all that stuff. So that is from the previous DLC. We won't be doing that as much as you do in like a Ikit Claw's campaign. Ikit has a lot of things that are very conducive to that. Instead of starting with a Warlock, we of course start with an Eshin Sorcerer who has a very different set of skills. That's pretty much it. Skaven Corruption, Skaven under Empire. So on that note, let's go ahead and take a little bit of an in-depth look here at the new mechanics. So complete any action from the Shadowy Dealings panel. How convenient, because we're going to be going there right now. So if you take a look here, Shadowy Dealings, you can see we have the Eshin actions and we have the clan contracts. So firstly, this one up top here that takes 5 turns, this is the Night Lords Say So. Find, Seek, Great Power. This is one of the big ones that progresses your campaign. The only downside being is that when you're doing this one, your main lord, Deathmaster, has to go on this mission, if I'm not mistaken, and he'll be gone. Yeah, you see, this action must be performed to complete Snitch's campaign and increases the number of schemes by 1. So if you look up top, you can see the number of schemes. We currently have 1. These are all the schemes down here, and you can see these are tier 2 schemes, inciting riots, midnight raids. There's just so much cool stuff. But basically, we're at the tier 1 schemes because we only have that unlocked. And to progress, we have to do the Night Lords Say So, which is a mission that is going to take our main lord away from our army for a substantial amount of turns, but it also is necessary to progress the campaign. So you kind of have to balance that. What I would recommend doing is after you have a nice conquest, you secure a province, maybe you're licking your wounds from a big battle, that's a good time to send them because basically you're just going to be sitting there anyway. So that's really kind of how you want to work that. So this one here progresses our campaign. And if we click it, you can go down here and see he must recover for 2 turns afterwards. So yeah, basically we would click him and go from there. But I believe there's something, yeah, he's leading an army, but that doesn't really matter. I just think we can't quite do it yet because he has to be of a higher rank. Interesting. Doesn't really say the rank right here because we can't click on them yet. But anyways, so the other actions you can see are the tier 1 ones. And these are just basic kind of a campaign action. So we can stash rations here, which resets all our schemes and lets us go. So you can basically pay food to just get more schemes, which is great. And in the late game, once you have 5 schemes active, that's going to be really good. You'll have excess food. You can pop this. You can just go scheming all crazy, steal gold, whatever you need. So the first ones we start with are a small heist, steal up to 1,000 gold from a settlement, and reduce its income. Man, these guys would be so fun in a head-to-head campaign. This one just gives us food. This one grants an ancillary from a settlement. So basically we steal something from them, which is cool. Finders Keepers. Your agents steal a random ancillary from the targeted settlement. Sneaky Scouting gets us vision of a province, which is pretty cool. Like if you want to go somewhere, you're worried about a big doom stack over there, you just want to check out a whole province or something. Very neat, and also reveals Undercity. So if there's other Skaven treachery afoot, you can do that as well. And next we have Troublemaker. So applies leadership penalty to the targeted army, which really isn't bad, right? Like especially against like Beastmen or low leadership armies in general. So we'll actually begin by doing one of these in just a minute. Firstly, we're going to be fighting our first battle here. So we could sabotage this army, do some other stuff like that, hurt their leadership. But since it is beginning army, we're not really going to bother. So basically what you would do is I would click on Food Raid right here, and I would click on my Eshin Sorcerer, for example, and then I would just click on the Elven Runes. You basically click all 3 of the pieces, and then you confirm. We're not going to do it right now because we're going to be recruiting assassins to do it in the future, and Deathmaster will just do it at the end of the turn. What's really powerful about this, though, is it actually levels up your character. It's really insane. It gives you like a full level of experience. So your assassins and kind of a ancillary or secondary characters are going to get quite juiced up. So next we do also have clan contracts. These ones aren't in place yet, but you can see the benefits. So if we go to Scryer, which we will be doing because we do want mortars and weapons teams as the campaign does progress to support our skirmishers, you can see we get level 2 contracts with them. Here we get a recruitment cost for Doom Wheels, Flares, basically all their different stuff. So it does address the penalty for Clan Eshin where you can only have the Ninja Rat. So it also gives you research rate and the penalties as well. So if we don't like them, Clan Scryer might come after us. It also hurts our research rate. Clan Molder, for example, is going to be hurting our building costs because, again, I guess the Rat Ogres built the buildings. I'm not really sure. But yeah, you can see here, basically just unlocks those units, gives those Rat Ogres, Hell Pit Abominations, and physical resist for Lords and Embedded Heroes. So there's also like kind of tertiary benefits there, which is quite nice. Research rate here for these guys. And let's go ahead and take a look here at Pestilence, the Plague Rat. So this gives us Plague Claw Catapults, Plague Monks, all that good stuff. Yeah, just pretty much those units there. It doesn't say Warp Lighting. I would imagine that comes with Clan Scryer. Oh, and you actually get food each turn. So what I'll probably do, I don't really feel like using Rat Ogres and Hell Pit Abominations this campaign, so I'm probably just going to like make Clan Molder hate us. The penalty is like 4%. It's not that bad. Over here we have Clan Moors, which some military rats, so clan rats and storm vermin, which we probably don't care about too much. So we're really going to be focusing, I think, on clan scryer and clan pestilence, or clan scryer, and maybe if we want to get some storm vermin later, we'll do clan wars. Not really sure. So anyways, guys, let us go ahead and begin here. Those are kind of the basics of how everything's outlined here. You can see, yeah, we have to take out these guys. Now, as far as the overall mission goes, we're going to be going for the Vortex Victory, which is basically perform 3 rituals of the Night Lord Say-So, which is that mission you saw. I have to be higher level to do it. We have to destroy Haggrave, which is down here. Of course, that is Malice Darkblade's faction, and we have to win the final battle, which is the Rise of Darkness. And man, I'm excited to show you guys the turn timer. So my apologies for the bit of a rant here. I'm just trying to show you guys all the new mechanics for anyone who's interested. And now we're going to be getting onto a pretty fast, fast, quick campaign here. So we do have our unique building here, which is the Den of Dread Deeds. It gives us food, public order, and growth, so we don't need to worry about that too much. So we can actually invest in like units. So we're going to go the assassin tech, the hidden layer, obviously, because we can get the Naginata rats or the Guandos. It's actually what it is. Death Runners, all these cool units, and it also allows the recruitment of assassins, which are really, really important for this campaign. So let's begin with our first fight here. We're going to go in and it's an ambush. It's a trap. They failed to spot us, so we'll take 1 rat summon, I guess. We don't really need it, to be honest, but let's just take it. I guess we could drop it on the crossbows or something like that. It does cost a little bit of food, but the Deathmaster, he's a pretty powerful character. As far as the tech tree, once we level up here in a moment, I will be showing you guys the tech tree, so you can see how I'm going to be developing my little rat boy here. We're going to make him a combat character. I know going down red tree or blue tree might be a little bit more efficient from a macro perspective and might be very fun, but if I have an assassin character who's known for that, I don't want him to be losing in duels and just getting beaten down by other characters. I want him to go in and just go ham bone, so that's how we're going to be doing it. So we get the ambush here, so let's go ahead. What do we start with? A couple Night Runner slings, of course, so we'll get those guys up in the high ground here. And oh yeah, the warp team's going to be really, really nasty here. Basically, if I can just like blob up their infantry and like their cav units and then just get that going, that's going to be very solid. Typically, you want some like clan rats on top of them, so the clan rats can take the initial beating. So let's go ahead and set these guys up here. We have our Eshin sorcerer, and we have the the Guando rats, as I suppose they're called. Let's put them here. And let's go ahead and get the clan rats with shields back here, and we have our little skirmishing corps over on the flank who can just kind of poke in. They have stock, so basically we can just run in from behind with these guys and hopefully get some value. So all right, so let's get our characters. Deathmaster can come in. We don't have any of his, super sweet snares or anything like that quite yet, but we'll get there eventually. So we'll start battle. Let's go ahead and get the ninja rats coming in here, and yeah, I guess we're a little bit out of range for these guys. We might have to scoot up our main force a little bit. So let's go ahead and do this. Scoot those guys up, pull these guys in the back, and get our character basically just going after this. I don't think he can see these. Are they not stocked? They're hidden. Oh goodness. I think one of them's not stocked. It's a trap. Good thing Empire Heavy Cav are very slow. I didn't quite look at the units terribly well. All right, so we'll move these guys over here. We'll get these guys going here and try and head off those Empire Knights. Throw some slings over there. These guys can go after the archers, and we'll pull in our Guando rats. Although the AI, look at that. AI is actually targeting those units, which is quite solid. So we're going to get a pretty good engagement on these Empire Knights with our characters, and we do have the Warp Stars, which is one of the new abilities. So we'll throw that here to kind of proc that. And I'd like to get a big blob with these guys. That would be like the ideal situation. So let's go ahead and do this and try and get the Warp Grinders into that big situation right there, which would be quite sweet. So let's go ahead and get our Halberd Rats in. And now the Warp Grinders are coming in, so we can pop the big AoE damage buff. Oh yeah, this is going to be juicy. All right, so you see that damage, guys? That's going down on like all those guys. Oh, it's so solid. And again, we'll summon some rats just to buffer as well, so we don't just take a ton of unnecessary damage. And let's pull these guys in as well now. Great, so let's just kind of start throwing into the blob there. And yeah, they're pretty cool as well, because the warp teams do also give you the siege attacker attribute. So as you're going through the campaign, you're going to be able to get that. So once it wears off, you want to pull them back. They're not that great in sustained combat, so we want to be a little bit careful with them. Let's go ahead and get our Guando rats in here as well, and we can throw another Ninja Star just into this blob. It does okay AoE damage. And yeah, we can go ahead and snare these guys as well, just to make sure that we get those juicy charges. There's the Ninja Star going into the blob there. We have our Gutter Runners and company throwing in. Our rats chasing back there, and the Deathmaster needs to come in and just karate chop the Lord. So Deathmaster has some really neat abilities that he has like scaling damage. So as he does more damage to a character, or as something is missing a little bit of life, he can basically do more damage. So if you take a look at his tooltip here, he has scaling damage. So the amount of damage he deals is based on the HP missing of these different characters. So let's go ahead and get him around, have him go after that, and it looks like our little clan rats over there are able to chase these guys down. And he's really fast. He has like super, super fast speed at like 50 something, which is quite neat. So the formation's breaking. Let's go ahead and get these guys back in. Deathmaster Snitch must have got knocked over. Oh, that's like a huntsman over there. Okay, that's it. That makes sense. Let's throw another Ninja Star. Yeah. Oh yeah, Deathmaster is going to just annihilate this guy. So let's check out. Let's get in on this duel here. Oh man, look at him. He's doing like backflips. He's like Naruto running all over this guy. That was actually the thing. Like somebody shared a meme of that in the Total War Reddit, and that was like the one thing that made me be like, oh yeah, I gotta do the Deathmaster. It was so ridiculous. All right, so we're going in here. Let's chase. I believe we probably do want to chase here. So yeah, clan rats, can you guys take out those crossbowmen, please? We don't want to fully wipe out the Lord because, again, the army is going to be able to fall back, and if we take out the Lord, they basically get a whole new one, so it'll screw up our auto-resolve a little bit. But Clan Eshin is very fast, yes, yes, so we're going to be hunting these guys down to the best of our abilities and trying to do some damage. So hopefully we don't just, like, one-shot this guy. I'm actually just going to let him go simply because of that. Oh, these Emperor Knights are still fighting back here? Goodness gracious. He's shattered. And at this point, we could just fast forward. Great. So we've been able to clean up most of these guys. Could be using these Ninja Stars a little bit more efficient. Let's actually throw it up there just to get a little bit of extra damage there. And we'll fast forward. So yeah, we're just going to chase down all this stuff. Warp Grinder's coming in hot. And Snow Slingers, you want to let that Huntsman live. I know it might not make sense, but the Horned Rat has his plans. And hopefully those plans will be executed here in this campaign. So chasing down the Spearmen, chasing down these guys, and that should be enough. We don't need to be terribly excessive. All right, so there goes Theon. Took him out. The Deathmaster took a little bit of damage. We probably could have auto-resolved that considering it was an ambush, but yeah, I feel like auto-resolving the first battle, it's like, it's the first time you get to see the boy in action. You know, you got to give him a chance here. So now that we took out this army, we are going to be doing one of those shady, shadowy dealings missions here. So as far as all this goes, I mean, I could do that, but I think taking food is just always good in Skaven campaigns. So we're going to do that. And then from there, we will hunt him down and finish him off. But first, let's level up. So as far as the tree goes, Route Marcher, of course, is usually where you want to go first, just to make sure you can reach everything, but he has some pretty good traits up here. So, Jump Scare. Enemy units that are afflicted with the temporary defensive penalties at the beginning of ambush battle. So that's cool. Ambush Chance. He gets Campaign. He gets speed for all of his units, so your skirmishers are going to be super quick and obnoxious. My apologies, guys, if there's some background noise. There's some people, they've just been like going crazy with their lawnmowers and like trimming their trees behind us for like the past 2 days, and there's no escape really, unless I just record late at night. So contract loopholes here gives you negative 25% upkeep for your entire army, a Lord's army. That's really, really good. On top of that, we have Just Dodge It, so he has some great, campaign attributes, things like that. Immediately causes siege attrition at a reduced rate when besieging enemy settlements. Public Order. He has Rat Foo, Expert Thief, so he can steal items. A lot of really fun stuff. We're going to be going down this tree and trying to get the Deathmaster Sigil. I just want him to be the Destroyer of Worlds. Basically, the rest of the army can kite and do as it pleases, but he's going to be hunting down the Lords and hopefully doing some good work. And as far as the caster goes, I think we're going to be going pretty heavy into the magic tree. So let's go ahead and take a look. So firstly, we'll begin with the Warp Stars. Of course, we have no real choice as it pertains to our first spells here. He does have Scouting, Spread Corruption, Damage Walls, Wound, Hinder Replenishment, and Specialist as well. And it looks like unit experience gained per turn. That's pretty good. So he does actually have a training ability, which is kind of a cool hybrid between the typical warrior characters as well as the caster characters. So we'll certainly be getting that over the course of the campaign. So what is this, Rat Karuta? Missile resistant melee defense. Yeah, he is a Clan Eshin sorcerer. Plus he also has a bound fireball ability, which is quite neat. It's called a warp fireball. So we'll be hopefully getting to that in this episode as well. So the first battle has been won, so let's go ahead and finish off this army. We're going to go in for that sweet, sweet auto-resolve. So let's go ahead and do that, and boom, they are down for the count. So we'll go ahead and take that food. We could, yeah, the replenishment isn't really that substantial here. So from here, we'll go back into March Dance, head back to our territory to get some of that sweet replenishment. And I don't know if we can recruit right now because we did come in March Dance. Yeah, so we're back in our territory and we'll recruit next turn. Of course, we start with Devious Plans, which is pretty much the Gutter Runner tree, which will be very helpful for us. And let's take a look. Yeah, we actually do have AP damage here on the Gutter Runners. That's really useful because you can see up north we have Dwarves, we have Ark in the Black here. We'll probably try and become buddies with Ark in the Black just so we have one less thing to deal with. Imagine how annoying it would be fighting hordes of skeleton warriors with like these type of units, right? So we leveled up once again. Let's go ahead and get the tail weapon. And over here, our caster leveled up again as well. So as far as really useful abilities, Toxic Rain is really strong passive. It lowers like just stats in general across the map. So spamming Warp Stars will be pretty useful. Now we can go ahead and do one of our shadowy deals. So let's go ahead to the shadowy dealing tree. So we're going to go ahead and do a food raid. We're going to use Deathmaster and we're going on the Elven Runes. Let's confirm. And boom. So now you can see we have a cooldown of 5 turns, but we get some more food. I mean, the food situation is pretty solid here. So let's go ahead and do that. And that, we get all of our accomplishments, and he levels up once again, which is crazy. So Ruin and Decay is quite cool. It gives you weapon strength against lizardmen and dwarves and things like that, but generally just 5 weapon strength. We're probably going to get Blade Master, just melee attack, so he makes more consistent contact. Now watch this turn time. Oh god, it's so fast. I'm not even fast forwarding. Look at this. It's so quick. It's going to be my turn, like almost instantly. And Mortal Empires honestly isn't that much slower. So we got that, and it looks like we have a quest issued to take out 1,000 enemies in battle. So from here, let's go ahead and recruit some rat boys. So let's go ahead and just get a couple, and then we'll go down there and finish off the settlement in the next turn. So we'll recruit those guys for now. We are in mustering stance, and we're going to go ahead here and upgrade to the next tier, which will let us get gutter runners as well as assassins. And once we actually do take out 1,000 enemies, we get the Weeping Blade. So you can see there we have the quest. Let's go ahead and show you guys. Yeah, 1,000 gives us basically one of his best items. It's really good in campaign as well, especially since the AI loves to blob up. So here we're going to get fight dirty, and we'll pass turn once again. Fast turns, I'm telling you, it is a game changer. It's going to make watching and playing campaigns so much more enjoyable, especially on like streams and things like that. There we go. Defenders of the Great Plan have passed the turn to us, so let's go ahead and head down here. So it looks like they basically just got their Lord re-recruited here. We researched a technology and got the reward for that as well. So let's go ahead and go down here. Yes, we can reach. Yes, do it. So the rats are coming. We can't quite get our assassins yet. We could be patient and wait for that, but I think here we'll probably just auto-resolve this as it's a pretty one-sided affair. And yeah, we could just do this. So let's do that, and it is done. So we're going to occupy this. Obviously, we have a lot of food. Going to tier 3 will put us in this negative zone here, so we're just going to go to level 2, and that should be fine. So let's go ahead and get the port here, which is going to give us some money, and probably walls isn't a bad idea. Public order doesn't seem to be too much of an issue for us here. We have the Rattling Warrens, which will give us growth. We have pretty good growth from our main provincial building, and of course the rubbish pit is cool. So honestly, considering it is campaign, I'm probably going to build walls there, which might seem a little bit ridiculous this early, but honestly, I don't really know this campaign. I don't know if like there's going to be random lizards coming from this area and whatnot. You know, I'm just going to be careful here. So the Rat Master has leveled up, so let's go ahead and get Blade Master, and our Sorcerer has leveled up as well, so let's go ahead and get Skitter Leap's okay, not as useful in campaign. So we'll go ahead and get Army of Darkness. Bruce Campbell's awesome. All right, so we're all set there. Let's go and do some diplomacy. I'm not used to doing that when I play Skaven, but yeah, you know, you would think it's just not an option, right? So followers of Nagash, let's do this, and let's get military access. Screw it. Okay, so they want a trade agreement. What do they want? They want some G's. They will receive this payment. Yeah, you know what? I don't really care. It's fine. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll do a non-aggression pact. Man, these guys are pushing a hard bargain here. Okay, let's go ahead and do this and get rid of their payment here. Okay, Arkin. He's really going pretty hard, but we'll get it later. It shouldn't be too difficult. As far as other factions go, we can start kind of having some fun. Is there any trade agreements we could do? We do have trade with the Greybeards Prospectors, but yeah, they don't really care for us too much. So let's go ahead and sit on that and hang tight. We can't quite recruit our awesome rats yet, so next turn we will be getting our assassins, which we can start sending on missions, and we will add one into the army as well, because the assassins do actually have a trait which gives us casualty replenishment. So Pestilence contract received. So we'll be taking a look. You have been issued a contract by the Arch Plague Lord Nurglich of Clan Pestilence. Everyone was rather keen to keep their distance from this repugnant messenger, a bubo-covered wretch, shockingly unafflicted by his numerous weeping sores as he delivered the missive. Eshin's involvement in clan feuds will surely be sensed. All right. Cool. So, I mean, we might want to get catapults eventually. So we'll feel it out. You can play it by ear. Like, we don't necessarily have to do that. So now we can get the assassins and gutter runners. So we're probably just going to move back up to get this last territory. So we'll do this for now. Kind of creep this way. And it looks like they have some decent armies over there. They're certainly no joke. So we're going to go ahead and recruit here. Let's get a couple gutter runners because they're just such a damn good unit. And let's go ahead and recruit a couple heroes as well. So we don't need another lord yet. Should be able to get the heroes. And yes, we have 2 assassins. So Determined Immunopsychology is pretty cool. We're going to have 1 for the army. Campaign movement range is pretty good. As like more of a kind of a mission type guy who's not going to be with the force. So we're going to call this guy, what's the name of the Master? He can be Master Splinter, because I mean there had to be that reference here in this campaign. So he'll be Master Splinter. He's going to be kind of running about just doing, you know, campaign shenanigans. He's not going to be with the army as much. And from here, Sharp Teeth is pretty good. AP and melee attack. Immunopsych is also quite nice. I think we'll take that. You know, we're going to be fighting some big scary things eventually, so I think having him. So well, we'll come up with a name. If you guys have a name for Sniven, please let me know in the comment section below, and we can you know, try it out. So carry out a successful assassination attempt on 1 character. Okay, belong to the following race, Skaven. Oh, lovely. Wants us to go after other Skaven. Cool. So we do have this right. So let's see. So the sudden kill scheme. So missile damage for night runners. All armies, speed, stock, attribute, snipe. Ooh, man, but it only lasts 1 turn. Interesting. So the sudden kill scheme is something that, like, before a big battle, you pop it, and then your army just becomes OP, which I think is quite cool. So we're getting the gutter runners. We'll slap an assassin in there, and then from there, we'll go and try and get a good ambush on these Empire armies over here. And I think it looks like there's also an abandoned gold mine up here, which we probably want to grab before anyone else does, but we'll play it by ear. So let's go ahead and get this assassin. Let's move him his maximum distance, give or take. So we're going to go over here. We're a little bit beat up, so the casualty replan won't be bad. Sniven's going to be joining the army here, so let's go ahead and throw him in there to replenish the troops. And we can come over here and have him, like, yeah, this. Oh, did I just move him out of the army on accident? No, I did not. Okay, great. And you can come over and start kind of snooping things out and doing some assassination missions and things like that. Now we have a little bit of a buffer. We could get a couple more gutter runners. Our economy is pretty weak at the moment, but I think just getting a full stack of annoying rats to skirmish with. A lot of shielded infantry. for sure, but at least we do have good AP value, so the sniping is going to be quite pertinent here. So let's go ahead and master him once again. Oh man, the speed of the turns is so nice. And you guys will see I'm about to unlock one of my schemes once again. I'm going to be able to send one of my rats on a mission here, which will be very, very useful. So we'll probably take this out relatively quickly here. So let's go ahead and move in, and we'll go into, what is this, Land of Dervishes. And what options do we have here? We have assassin, assault units, things like that. Okay, that's all right. So we'll just kind of lurk this rat boy, send him on a mission real quick. So let's go to our shadowy dealings. We're going to get Master Splinter. He is going to burglarize, grants ancillary from a settlement. I kind of want to try that one. I haven't really... Leadership isn't really that useful. I mean, stealing money is always nice, but let's actually see what it's like when we steal something. So we're going to do this. We're going to get Master Splinter, and we'll just do over here, I guess. Yeah, let's see what we get. Okay, so what do we get? And do we get anything neat? Ooh, Blade of Nurglich. It's a common thing. Enables magic attack and poison attack, so I believe we don't have anything sweet on him yet. So let's go ahead and give him that for now. That's really cool. Not super useful against dwarves, and you can see it does level him up. So from here, he can get, you know, assassinate, different things like that, because he's going to be more of our map guy, just kind of running around and you know, causing problems and things like that. We could actually go scout up here as well. Let's go see what's going on here. See if like there's a Skaven settlement there or someone in those ruins. And we'll come here into ambush stance. So 65, we get the base plus 20 if I'm not mistaken. So let's go like right over here and see if we can go into ambush stance. Although it looks like they're mustering now. Decent armies for sure, but I'd like to catch one in open field. So let's go into ambush stance and see if we can catch those guys. We could also do the sudden scheme, you know, here to give missile damage to our gutter runners, and then we could just attack and see how strong that is. That might be something that we try here in a second. As far as public order goes, a little bit of an issue here, but nothing terribly substantial. So if they don't bite on the ambush here, it might take a couple turns simply because, you know, their armies aren't that strong, so they might not think they can. Yeah, now he wants military access. They will receive this payment. Man, Arkin pushes a tough bargain. Doesn't he? Oh man, why did I get military? I wasn't even reading it, but yeah, it's fine. I mean, we kind of want to develop relations with him anyways. All right, so let's try the sudden kill scheme. Lethal etiquette, so hero action success chance is quite good here. So we're going to send you up there, and we'll do that next. And it looks like, yeah, we'll find out if there's a Skaven settlement here. So we're going to try the sudden kill scheme. I think it'll be kind of cool. It gives our, man, that's pretty badass. All right, so let's pop this. Is there any other things we want to do? Once we finish this, we'll actually probably send DEATHMASTER on the big mission, the one that's going to take him a couple turns to come back from. So right, so let's pop this and do it. So our whole armies should be juiced now. They have snipe. They have like, oh my god, that's so cool. And we'll try and catch one of these armies in the open here. So you. All right, so let's go for you. See if we can get you out alone here. And we get the ambush. We could auto-resolve it, but let's actually go ahead and just fight it, just to be a little bit more efficient and minimize the damage we take. And also, it's going to allow us to kind of see how this sudden kill scheme works. So we have not only a missile damage buff, putting our gutter runners up to 27, but now they all have you know, snipe and stock. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. Now, I really want to contour my army, so eventually I get a ton of the mortars because they seem like a lot of fun. All right, so we have a metric ton of gutter runners here. So the gutter runners can just kind of poke in and go after the missile units here. We'll put some night runners on the other side. Just actually coming out of the trees there probably isn't super efficient. So let's go ahead and get you guys right here. And I believe these are just regular night runners. Yeah, these are regular night runners. Okay, so the gutter runners can be in one group. We'll put you guys here. DEATHMASTER and his pet assassin can be here. We'll get the sorcerer, Naginata rats, or the Guando. God, I always get that confused. I'm sorry. We'll get the warp team over here. So the warp team can just kind of roll in with a little bit of an ugly blob of infantry, try and get the AI a little bit grouped up. And yeah, and slingers can just be hanging out and throwing rocks, throwing pebbles. We'll gamble. I guess the Winds of Magic isn't terribly pertinent for us, but let's go ahead and do that anyway. So start deployment and start battle. Great. So these guys will move in. These guys are going to move in as well. We'll move you guys up, use you guys up, and let's get the DEATHMASTER and go after... I believe this is the same guy we fought earlier who we just karate chopped. All right, so here they come. The sudden kill scheme is now active. So these are Free Company militia, so let's get a couple of our pebble throwers going after them. Get you guys going up as well. Oh my god, is he just... Oh, he must be shooting his arrow ability at us. All right, so gutter runners are coming in. Should be able to corral these guys pretty effectively here. So let's pull back the night runners. Let's pull them back here and get our little rat boys kind of... They can just engage there for now. Basically, we just want to get the warp teams going there. Yeah, gutter runners just pull up there. Yeah, do that nice and good like. We'll go ahead and do this to apply the big old debuffs. DEATHMASTER does not have his AoE abilities quite yet. But yeah, we should be able to kind of just throw in against these guys. We'll actually get these guys going here. We'll get you guys pressuring here. And the gutter runners can kind of keep chasing. Great, so we're in a bit of a blob fight here. Yeah, we don't have that item yet, I guess, so it's not like... best thing in the world. We'll summon some rats back there. And yeah, all the Clan Eshin units are very, very quick. So let's go ahead and do the seismic beatdown. I don't know if it does friendly damage. It doesn't look like it does. Okay, so that's going to be pretty nice. The Clan Eshin units are just kind of swarming all over the back line. Let's get you guys going here. You guys can throw here. You guys can throw here. The Guando Master should do his thing, and the Deathmaster should be able to just push through, and let's go after the Lord. Quit messing about, why don't we? Alright, so let's get in there. We can throw more Ninja Stars. Let's go ahead and just throw some downtown. And I feel like the Gutter Runner spam is going to be pretty gnarly as the campaign goes. Oh man, look at us just back here. And you can like also use them in melee. They're really not slouches either. Let's get you guys back. Get the Sorcerer fighting in there as well. How's our Warp Grinder team going? It looks like the Lord has fallen. Deathmaster is going to be getting in there and giving him the business. Pretty good like. Alright, so let's hunt him down if we can. No escape. I feel like if you really want to like min-max in this campaign too, you're going to be able to really like make sure things don't get away. Just the nature of this this army is like everything's like super quick, right? Let's see if we can wipe him to the T, I guess. No escape. We'll try. Alright, so let's go ahead and pop the Ninja Stars once again just to get the proc there. We'll go ahead and swarm in on the back with you guys. Gutter Runners can kind of just keep chasing over here. Just seeing how much damage we can get. And these guys should be going down here in a second. Let's just throw the last of those. And I guess we could let the Lord live. It doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so down they go. Let's throw some Ninja Stars right here as well. Deathmaster still just doing some work. This should actually give us enough to get his upgraded item. We have the Seismic Snare, so they won't be able to move, I guess, which is neat. So that of course, when the army losses triggers, they're going to be stuck there just getting taken out. And yeah, there we go. Alright, Swordsman down. Gutter Runners are just hunting in the hills. Let's actually send them in the melee combat. It'll be a little bit more efficient. We can send some of you guys to go after those Free Company militia. There we go. Deathmaster is having some fun at our opponent's expense here. And how's our Eshin Sorcerer doing? Yeah, we could pop the Armor of Darkness. I think that's what it's called. Armor of Darkness gives missile resist, things like that. So just like cycling those cheap spells and applying the Toxic Rain, you know, across the entire battle, I think will be pretty good. So let's go ahead and get you guys going here. Let's get one of you guys going here. Just swarm in on pretty much every direction. There we go. All right, great. We don't need to chase too much. I think our army didn't take too much damage, so we should be fine from there. All right, so Theon Holtz has paid the troll toll. And yeah, we'll continue to move on from here. So guys, I'll be back in just a second. It sounds like Wookiee is scratching at the door. I'm going to see what he needs. All right, guys, the beast has been appeased and we are back in action. So let's go ahead and take a look at this army here. So let's go ahead and just take that sweet, sweet food. Looks like that army is going to be falling back here away from the settlement, perhaps still in reinforcement range. But from here, let's level up our characters. So what do we have? The Expert Thief. Seems pretty good. Post chance of stealing magical items. Let's go ahead and take that. Our assassin is leveled up as well, and he's going to be a battle rat, so he's going to be getting, you know, just Master Splinter, Fisticuffs, just getting in there. And as far as our spells go, nothing terribly neat here. It looks like we get that really good ability at level 7. So let's go ahead. Oh, I forgot to get Casualty Replenishment there. I should have probably done that. We'll get Veil of Shadows. Just give it a try. See how it goes. So now we can go in for the settlement itself. And yeah, I mean, obviously it's a settlement battle, so it's gonna, you know, the bounce power. It should be much more in our favor, but maybe the bounce power doesn't really give Gutter Runners much credence. But we should still have that buff active. It only lasts 1 turn, but our army does have Stalk and Snipe now. So I can see that being pretty good with like mortars and stuff, or like ranged units. That could be pretty strong. Like if you're facing off against like Vampire Coast or like artillery or things like that, Ushapti Great Bows, Bone Giants, and all your Giselles, you know, not only the Natty Booba sharpshooters who have Snipe and Stalk, that could be really good. All right, so let's go ahead and get this army together. And we honestly could probably just send the Gutter Runners up. Just get these guys and these guys. Yeah, it's going to be really fun when like the final form of the army comes into shape here. Let's just like leave back the rest of the army, I guess. We'll just like do a big Haggard blob here. All right, let's start battle. And great, so we're going to go up and start throwing some Ninja Stars at these crossbowmen. And did we get the Weeping Blades? I think we did, but it takes a turn to equip. So let's go ahead and do this as well. So the main force can kind of come up just in case we need them. And let's go ahead and get ready to throw some Ninja Stars. All right, so Gutter Runners going to be throwing in at the crossbows here. Should be able to take them out fairly quickly. Let's get you guys going. And the Rat Assassins are just going to be looking for the opportunities to shine. Yes, Gutter Runners. Go, go. Throw those Ninja Stars. Doing some okay damage. Let's go ahead and pull back here. A little bit of fancy MLG kiting going on. Got to take out those ranged assets. I don't want to use too many of these infantry, but I guess we could pull up those guys. And the Night Runners are going to throw in as well. I mean, even just volume of fire should be able to wear this army down. I don't think we need to be like too cautious. What is that? Is that a General of the Empire? Okay. So we're going to just try and kind of get around and, you know, kite back. And we have a huge speed advantage, obviously, so we can get pretty hog wild on how we want to do things. So we'll summon some rats here to try and flush those guys out of the main formation. Gutter Runners, once they get upgraded, man, I can see it being pretty gnarly once they get upgraded, like really, really powerful. All right, so let's pull in these guys, these Tremor Rats here. Let's pull these guys back. Let's get you guys going here, and let's throw some Veil of Darkness. It doesn't do damage. I'm not really sure about the applications. I know it does kind of like slow things in place a little bit, so let's go ahead and just get you guys engaging here, get you guys going after them, pull the gutter runners up and around, these guys go in as well. And Deathmaster and his rat buddy just looking for an opening to get on that general of the Empire, basically. So from here, we can go ahead and pop Seismic Snare plus the AoE debuff, so we're going to be hitting all those guys. Gutter Runner's still kiting back, doing some decent damage. The Guando rats have been able to lock things in place, but, you know, they're Eshin Triads, they're quick, right? So we be a little bit more cautious to not leave them in sustained combat. So Clan Rats, let's get these guys in. They can kind of go absorb that charge right there. And let's do the Armor of Darkness. Actually, we can do this on the Rat Master himself. Yeah, and you can see we're going to be able to take this guy out fairly quickly. Summon some rats back there. Gutter Runners just kind of throwing in here with their AP shots. We'll get the rats going right there. Let's get you guys going here, pull you guys here, and you guys here as well. And so far, so good. It looks like we're able to take out this General of the Empire. Deathmaster is very squishy, though. You have to be kind of careful with him. That's one of the main reasons why. Oh, man. Look at the damage he does, though. God, it's brutal. That scaling damage, I'm really eager to see how it kind of affects multiplayer. Like, what are the applications going to be and everything. So this is obviously a settlement battle, so we don't need to worry about, like, polishing off the army and everything like that. Looks like we do have some swordsmen here. Let's get some of the clan rats in to help out. Yeah, having the Warp Grinder team, too, in the beginning of the campaign is very useful. I think for siege battles, it gives you the attribute, so you don't have to have siege equipment. It gives you the siege attacker, which is very, very cool. Let's throw some ninja stars, and that should be it. All right, so the battle is won. Clan Eshin has taken its first territory from DEATHMASTER there. It looks like his name. The Wookiee has been satiated. He comes in and he like claws at my door when he wants wet food. He's like, give me the wet food. Give me that Nurgle afflicted wet food. Yeah, so the Warp Grinder's getting a couple chevrons there. Pretty solid stuff. Gutter Runner's doing the trick. I guess the damage increase is pretty nice for that. And I mean, might as well, right? Like before you have a big, decisive battle in the campaign or the final battle, you might as well pop that simply for the weapon strength. The Stalking Snipe is cool as well. Gutter Runners already have it though. All right, so we've taken the city. Our food's pretty good. Let's just put that bad boy up to level 3. I mean, that's nice as well, but yeah, let's just go hard. So city's going to be here. Let's go ahead and here and get some walls. They have a unique resource as well, so let's get that, and then we're going to go here and get walls. We are in a bit of a wild territory here, so never know if you're going to get attacked and things like that. So I wonder if we got any magical items. We'll have to check. So we're going to get Rune and Decay. The weapon strength is going to be nice. We will be fighting lizards and things like that eventually. So replenish troops you should always get first. That was a mistake there, and it looks like we're almost to the point of getting to the next one. Skitter Leap again, not super useful. So let's go ahead and update the Armor of Darkness. And here, I think, do we have public order issues? Looks like it is, yeah, the conquest penalty is pretty substantial, but from here, I think just getting food is like always good. Just give us that sweet, sweet food. The 13th scheme is now available as well, so let's go ahead and take a look here at that scheme. I always forget. I have played a Skaven campaign relatively recently. Yeah, that's the one that basically just helps with like, allegiances and things like that. So this Empire army is probably going to come back in and just meet its doom at the hand of the Deathmaster here. Our assassin here was going to search the ruins, so let's go ahead and do that and see if there's Skaven here. Doesn't look like it. All right, so throughout the old world puzzles to access the treasure, solve the puzzle. A die has 6 faces. May the fates keep them rolling high, especially if you're making a ward save. Yeah, that's fun. Okay, so let's see here. What do we have? A 3? Well, not a 3, but I guess the 3. I guess, is that supposed to be like, yeah, I never really was a huge fan of these. To access the old one's treasure, solve the puzzle. A die has 6 faces. May the fates keep them rolling high, especially if you're making a ward save. Keep them rolling high. So I guess if we're just like, yeah, I guess we'll just click this one and see what happens. Master Splinter failed the puzzle, but it doesn't matter. He still levels up. So let's go ahead and get Specialist. Although we can get Replenished Troops because eventually he'll go into a different army, which would be cool. And let's go ahead and pass. And yeah, those puzzles, I'm just like, oh god, I've always dreaded them. Most of them are based off like Sudoku and things like that, but I never really played games like that, to be honest. Oh, the Hard Bargainers coming back in. No, that is a bad idea. Defensive alliance. Basically, I just don't want him to attack me, is the whole point. This Empire army will basically just attack in and meet its doom here, and we can just auto-resolve, hopefully not losing any substantial characters. The Deathmaster just gets taken out like, ugh. Oh man, our garrison got wiped out though. So let's take that food. Help kind of neutralize the hit there. And now we have to basically decide which direction we want to go. The casualty replenishment really quite helpful. Rat Foo, hero self-defense against wounding attacks. Sneaky, tricksy, slippery. And, ooh, this one's kind of cool. Stock and unspottable. A lot of that kind of stuff going on here. Let's go ahead and just give him some armor. Or actually finish off Rune of Decay. And he should have the Weeping Blades item now. Let's go ahead and take a look here. Yeah, let's get that. Oh my god. It's really good. Like, it's going to help us, like, instantly man's a rune. Oh, we get leadership when fighting Man-Thing Slave. Oh my god, the Skaven are ridiculous. All right. So let's go ahead and here get the evasion to get up to that next tree. We'll get Sniven. He's going to continue to become a battle rat. And we probably just want to make him elusive. Melee defense is quite nice. Yeah, I would just make him a little bit more survivable. And our other rat here is just kind of doing rat things. So now that we've secured these territories, I think coming up here to fight the dwarves, take this mountain range plus this. I think these guys are kind of our pals though, unfortunately. Do we have any relations with them? Looks like we do have a non-aggression pact. So that gold mine is going to be a little bit odd. But I think now, let's go ahead and just do this and see what happens, or see if we're able to. So shadowy dealings, Deathmaster, and all right, so let's do it. This action must be performed to complete his campaign and increases the number of available schemes. So we're going to do it. Character will be taken off the map for a few turns. It's fine. And let's go ahead and find a replacement warlord. So eventually we're going to be using this warlord. So we still want him to have some good traits. We could get a master assassin. We could get like a Grey Seer too of like Plague or Warpstone Hoarder. Okay, disciplined. Ooh, melee attack in all the armies is pretty good. Yeah, we could get a Grey Seer, so we have like a Caster Lord as well. I think that wouldn't be bad. Let's see what the options are. So these are Warlock Masters. Not terribly useful, but let's get a Grey Seer. I think the bells are always pretty good. So Warp Fire Throwers, Warp Lightning, Cannon Units, Grey Seer here of Ruin. Melee attack, that's actually pretty decent. Charge bonus and weapon strength. Warlord here has Cunning. He has Tough. I don't know. It's kind of a tough one. Do I want to Plague Caster? Do I want to get another? Let's actually get a Master Assassin. I know it might not be the most efficient, but basically I just want to get that so you guys can see its skill tree. Cool. So now we actually we have 2 used schemes, I believe. Or no, 2 used right now, but they're going to be refreshing. So it looks like a Chaos Army has appeared here. And let's go ahead and take a look at the clan contracts. We have one from Scryer here. Spy on Clan Scryer. So we're not going to do that. We are not going to do that because we want Clan Scryer to be our homies. Great. So Sudenburg here, we can upgrade the port, get a little bit more money, yes, yes. And the army here, what the hell is this? Are they hostile? Where did that army come from? They seem way out of their turf here. I think this is like a triggered event here. Like when your lord leaves, they're like, we're coming for you. So let's go ahead and head off this problem before it heads somewhere where we don't want to deal with it. I think we should be fine. The gutter runners are going to be pretty obnoxious, and it gives our master assassin a chance to really shine. As far as summons go, I don't think we need that because it'll put us down to a different bracket. So let's go ahead and fight this battle and see how this goes. So the master assassin, he'll be our second lord, Zap Spark. We need to give him a good name. So I'll come up with something. I mean, there's Redwall references. There's Ninja Turtles references. The Rat Pack. I mean, there's so many things you could do. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, I'm going to be recording these relatively back to back. So I might be a little bit slow at implementing the suggestions simply because I'm going to be traveling. I'm going to Poland actually with my lovely wife. And yeah, so I'm going to be out and about. This actually is like kind of a hard fight here though. I don't have the Deathmaster. The Master Assassin's pretty strong in his own right. Yeah, but we still got to be a little bit more careful here. So let's look at the army. So we got trolls. Okay, so let's actually overload this side a little bit. I know I probably should mix these guys up, and we'll have these guys attack the weak side of the formation. They don't have stock, I don't believe, so the AI is going to kind of run towards them. We'll have our hero goon squad here. Rats can be here. The main line, we'll get a couple slingers as well, so let's put these guys in the main battle formation of 5, and the warp grinders can be in 4, hopefully able to intercept a lot of the infantry. Start deployment, start battle. Great. So these guys are going to run up, deal with the horsemen and the hounds and things like that first, and we'll pull our heroes up there to make sure everything goes good according to code. Let's do it to it. The giant should be easy to take down. We don't have this scheme in place anymore, so we're not going to be doing that, insane MLG damage or things like that. But yeah, let's actually pull the warp grinders over there just to help out. So the dogs are okay against us, but we should be able to kite them back into some of our infantry and things like that. So let's go ahead and get that fat focus fire there. Yep. Can we throw it? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's melt those guys. Let's get that melting damage. They're going to be wavering. Another volley should be able to finish them off. And now these guys can go ahead and just start throwing in there. We get our characters over here to come help, and basically the warp grinder teams we can just kind of send right up the pipe. Yeah, we just got to deal with mobility. It's like the one thing, just like in multiplayer, that can deal with these like units, right? You have to just remove the things you're weak against here. So once the AI overextends a little bit, we'll send in some summons to kind of try and deal with things here. Let's get some of these rats going in. I think we have some spears here who can help out against these Norscan hounds. All right, kiting's going well. Clan Eshin, initially certainly a bit of micro you gotta do. You can't just like let your things go in and just go monster mash it. Let's drop a summon back here to kind of halt the advance of that formation. Gutter runners here, still dealing with the doggos to the best of their abilities, but let's pull them over this direction and see if we can bounce to it. All right, so it looks like the trolls are going to be engaging against some of our Guando rats, which is good. So let's go ahead and do seismic snare so they can't move, and then we'll be able to really just polish them off like incredibly well. Great, so these guys up in the high ground still throwing in. Let's put them in automatic skirmish mode so we don't have to worry too much. And we'll have you guys just kind of throw in there. And do we have any abilities we want to do? I guess we could just do this for now. Yeah, throw in there. All right, great. So we're pulling back here, able to take out the trolls pretty effectively. Let's go ahead and get you guys going. And it looks like the giant. Yeah, we got to start focusing down that giant. You guys, let's pull you warp team over here. Yes, yes, to potentially do some work here. We're in the automatic skirmish mode, which is a little bit lazy, but it's okay. We're going to pull them in, and together they should be able to take that out. Great, so gutter runners, we need to get that giant down. Let's do that. And we have some rats in the back. Let's go ahead and summon them right here to shut down those javelins. And now we can start doing the AoE damage since the AI is going to be blobbing here. And we'll also overcast the armor buff on them so they don't take too much damage. All right, let's pull you guys over here, take off skirmish mode so they run the proper direction. The giant is going to start taking some heavy damage as well. Get you guys going. So this must be something that triggers like every time you use the big old buff there. Okay, we need to get that giant down though, like ASAP. That guy's going to be a pain in the butt. If he's able to live. And we don't have, we don't have the Deathmaster. We're fighting a little bit light here. Let's go ahead and pop this and just see what it does. Can we pop that there? Let's pop it over here. See what that kind of looks like. I know I should probably save up for like the warp stars and things like that. How are our Guando rats doing? So we don't want to lose our warp grinder teams. So let's go ahead and just kind of engage in here with some of these troops just to give some bodies to that kind of area. And it looks like it's like a bit of a snare of sorts. Let's pull you guys back. Let's pull in our Guando rats to help out. And we have the gutter runners coming in. The warp grinder teams unfortunately did get broken, which is a little bit, of a rough situation, but the giant should be going down here relatively soon, and our master assassin and company is fighting well. And we do have the warp stars. Let's go ahead and just throw one of those to help out. And yeah, these rats, they can actually cycle charge pretty well. Giant's almost down. Let's get our Guando rats going after the lord there as the giant starts to finally crumble down. Master assassin and company just fighting against like marauders and things like that, so we should be okay in that situation. And once we get this team back, if we can get them back in there and just get that AoE debuff in one more time, that would be really, really strong. So let's go ahead and throw some slings here if we can. The warp grinder team is still running for the hills. Let's pull you guys across the map here. Let's go there. How are our characters doing? All right, so we probably need to put the armor buff on the lord. He's taking a bit of damage, and he's actually shaken, believe it or not. But the gutter runners, I mean, honestly, could probably kite out like the rest of this force just by themselves. Yeah, let's pull you guys in as well. Pull you guys over this direction, and our night runners can now kind of pull back and just start skirmishing once again. Yeah, good thing we kind of leveled up the assassin's defensive attributes as well. I think it's quite nice. How's the master assassin doing there? He's polishing things off. Just kind of Tokyo drift our entire army over that direction to get in position. Let's pull these guys in to get their seismic space jam slam. I think it's what it should be called. Let's get you guys in melee contact there. And yeah, we're breaking up this formation pretty good. The master assassin, the rat hero squad, fighting efficiently. Gutter runners just doing their nice circling tactics. We want to get you guys going here, and we can actually do this. I mean, yeah, let's collapse on those guys real quick. Just kind of clear them out so we can get some of the better units in. Night runners we can pull back. Get you guys throwing in there with your pebbles. Oh, and look at this. We got the enemy lords coming in. Our Eshin characters are taking a bit of work, so we need to get those gutter runners over their stat to help out, and these guys can just come in and get ready to do some of that sweet warp bumping and grinding. All right, so let's get these characters out. The rats need to stabilize their position. Let's take out some of these hounds if we can. Yes, yes, rats, flee, flee. And the warp grinder teams can go ahead and do the basically all their different buffs here. Yeah, we're just gonna pop that. Hopefully doing enough AoE damage to kind of finish off a lot of these guys. All right, let's go here. Come on, gutter runners, free them. You know, gutter runners probably going to be really good at. Let's actually put the master assassin in group 1 with those guys, and just see like what kind of damage we can get on this guy from like some burst. It's going to be hard, I guess, when he's right on top of us to really get that value. The warp grinder teams who can pull back now. Slinger's coming down. Pull you guys back. Get you guys in. All right, so the assassin doing his Naruto backflips here, taking that guy out. Warp grinder teams. I don't mind if they shatter at this point, but yeah, we'll just snipe the lord. The master assassin actually has ninja stars himself, and again, these guys all have good AP values compared to like multiplayer and things like that. Our sorcerer's okay as long as he doesn't get hunted by the dogs. Yeah, the enemy lord's down. That should be it. All right, so we can take the replenishment. It's not really that significant. We'll take the food. Auto resolve here is a little bit dangerous, unfortunately, but yeah, we can't quite catch him anyway. So looks like that army's like just trash can. So mission successful. My lord, the Northmen were of little use to us, though they did provide another lead. They claim the rampaging beastmen they recently encountered have knowledge of demonic power. Ooh. Oh, the scheme, the plot thickens. Tougher than he seems. I like how that's an ability. It's pretty funny. All right, so for this rat, replenish troops again. Going to be very, very useful here. And I wonder how long the Deathmaster is going to be gone for. We should be able to get our buildings kind of going here as well. Master Splinter is going to continue truffling down here. We'll have him keep eyes on this army, and then from here we should be able to pass turn. I definitely should get that gold mine, though. I think that's going to be our next directive. So it seems every time you send the Deathmaster on one of his big Papa missions, he'll disappear, and then there's like an event trigger that you have to deal with without him, which is pretty challenging for sure. All right, so they're just raiding, which is fine. We'll head up that way. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, and it looks like our main city is ready to upgrade, which is good, because then we can go and get the mortar tech. Now let's see what tree that's in. It looks like it's in this tree here, so we have to go for, and that'll give us warp grinders too, and some of those new units and Giselles. Yeah, this is it. So we need something that will make Clan Scryer like us. That seems like it's going to be pretty important here. Let's get that going. We don't really need to upgrade walls. We're pretty well off here. We can go into March Dance. Let's get to the city. We'll have our agent just kind of stock here, and yeah, we'll assault the units. Let's do it. Let's just give these guys more grief, level up our character. All's well. Great, so we'll make him a specialist here. Good. And pass turn. We do have that contract, but I don't want to spy on Clan Scryer because that's the one I actually want to develop here. The dwarves are going to be tricky, but considering we have AP gutter runners, I don't think it's going to be as bad. Okay, the dwarves are going to settle that gold mine, which is fine because I plan on going to war with them anyways. You level up again? Oh man, that's solid. Okay. So we'll give him Assassinate. And let's just kind of keep following that Norscan army here. Yes, let's farm you for experience. Ready for duty, the Deathmaster returns. All right, perfect. So we're going to go here. You did well, man. Zapspark, you'll be back for sure for our second army, but the Grand Night Lord's Agitator, oh, that's a pretty gangster title. All right, so he's back in action. Does he have his sword equipped? He does have the Whirl of Weeping Blades, which you guys will see is just so damn good. And it looks like he's leveled up as well. Let's go ahead and get Verminous Valor. Pretty helpful for escaping bad situations. And now it looks like the Dawe have taken that. That's, you see, all those shielded infantry are going to be a real pain in the butt, but I'm pretty sure they're just going to declare war on us anyways. Let's get a non-aggression pact with Ark in here. He's kind of getting backed into the corner by the Bretonnians. There's like a couple Bretonnian crusades up here, which will probably attack us. Tomb Kings don't really care about us that much, which is nice. So let's go here. Let's go our 25%, and then from there we're going to go into Ambush Dance, and yeah, we don't really care about that Norscan army. Our wall settlements should be able to deal with it, right? Yeah, that's pretty weak sauce. Okay. So we'll go into Ambush here, and we have another tree. So upkeep for Night Runners and Gutter Runners, that's pretty good. Hit and run for speed and intensive training. We're not recruiting anytime soon, so that's not going to be as pertinent. I probably should recruit more Guando rats before I fight the dwarves. That's actually... Oh, okay, Tic-Tac-Toe wants war. Okay, so now I have to respect pressure from the south as well. And I think we're going to just sit and recruit. I probably should have recruited that turn and gotten more Guando rats because I forgot I have that fully tiered up, right? So I should be doing that. Skeggy just scurrying, probably going to meet their doom at the hand of the dwarves here. Moore's contract. Okay, so they gave us a little something there. So what can we recruit here? We can get the Guando rats, I think. Can we? Not quite. No, I don't think so. I think we get them at the final tier. Okay, so yeah, I mean, we probably should wait for that before we fight the dwarves, but their army's a little bit beat up right now. Let's go see if we can cause some problems here. Assault units. Let's do that. All right, let's go see what's going on with this guy. I do want that gold mine, even though it's like a bit of a tough province to finish. Okay, we failed, which is fine. Their army's beat up right now, so I think now's the time to strike. You know, ultimate Skaven, you know, tactics right here. So we'll probably go in there. We have a couple of troops that aren't terribly useful here. Sudenburg probably wanted to get this wall because, again, we're at war with Tic-Tac-Toe now, so having a decent garrison there would be helpful just to make sure we don't lose it, especially since we're pressuring the north. We may actually have to get a second Skaven army there as well. All right, so let's do this. I want that gold mine. It's going to give us like an extra 300 per turn, which is good now. And there's a diamond mine up here, and it looks like this is the main dwarf army. We could auto-resolve this. Looks like we have a banner as well, so melee attack to the assigned unit. Let's put it on the assassin. I think we'll... Actually, let's put it on the Guando rats. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, give it to the assassin. So auto-resolve... No, yeah, we don't want to auto-resolve this. We're going to take some rat summons, and let's do it. This is... It's going to be hard, but now that we have the Whirl of Weeping Blades, you guys are going to see how obscenely powerful that is. It should... For my testing and some of the multiplayer stuff I've done, it's very, very good. So, Thyke Skolson here. If we had, like, attacked this army in its full health, like, that would have been horrible. Oh, God. Because, like, not even though we have the good AP, they're still all shielded, right? So, you got to pay your troll toll there. Do Night Runners have good AP? They don't. So, the Gutter Runners are the ones that do. Okay, so we'll have you guys back here. We'll have, get our Night Runners here. And we'll get our main kind of wall going there with our warp grinders. 3. Get the slingers back here as well. Just put them in group 3. And the rats are just going to go do things. And once we get vortexes too, it's going to be pretty useful. Probably should have gambled there, but it's okay. All right, so let's go see what the gutter runners can do kind of by themselves. I think like considering how tattered their army is, we can let's see what we can do with just our characters. Did I forget them back there somewhere? Oh, I did, of course. Well, they'll catch up. They're really fast. They're Clan Eshin. So the gutter runners, of course, let's go after the Thunderers. Take out all the missile units first to eliminate our opponent's chances of fighting back here. Get these gutter runners going outside. Some MLG multiplayer plays right there. Yes. Clan Eshin Sorcerers on the way. Let's come throw some Ninja Stars as well. Alright, so the Ninja Stars are going to be coming in just a moment. Looks like we have some Gutter Runners coming in, and yeah, able to get some decent shots for sure. I mean, not all their stuff shielded. A fair amount. We could probably snipe the Lord pretty easily, actually. Alright, so let's put these 3 and move them up here, just to be nearby to help out if the situation calls for it. And just kite back. Yes, this is like everyone's worst nightmare in a multiplayer battle. Just like all these obnoxious like skirmishing units just circling your army, like cackling at you. Alright, so let's just kind of keep going here. We're not taking much damage. Probably micro those guys in a separate control group. Alright, so where's the Deathmasters coming? We'll get a chance to kind of try the whirling blades here, as we can summon some ratlings back here. Oh my god, I hate when that happens. See that stupid icon like pops up over? It's pretty obnoxious. Alright, so we're pulling these guys back. Deathmaster is going to come in as well. Start doing some rat karate. Let's go ahead and just throw the Ninja Stars to proc the map-wide debuff here. These gutter runners can kind of just circle the back. So far, we're doing some pretty good work. Assassins coming in. I want them to blob up here on the Deathmaster so I can try and get the whirling blades. And these guys can kind of just go on the weak side of the Dwarven formation. Gutter runners in the back can just go after these guys. And we can put these guys in like group 6 or something, just so we can micro this group a little bit separately. Great, so Dwarves are coming in. Should be able to go here. And now we can get Deathmaster and do the Weeping Blades here, so it should be able to just annihilate the infantry there. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, like, right there. Looks like most of the Dwarven infantry just got, like, instantly deleted. So now we can go after the Lord, pop Verminous Valor to, like, knock away any guys. Great. So the Warp Grinder team can get in there and hopefully do some decent AoE damage here. These guys can rotate here, and let's go ahead and just do some of that as well. Just drop some rat summons. Some more rats. Oh my god, that Dwarf Lord just got deleted! Oh my goodness, Deathmaster hits like a truck. Alright, so let's pop this. Going to finish off the rest of this army here, and it is a settlement battle, so we don't need to pursue. And I mean, we didn't take too many casualties there. Like I said, you can get even more gamey if you want. We'll let that, yeah, I guess we'll take them out. Having the AP gutter runners, I can see why they did that. If they didn't, though, this early campaign would just be like nightmarish. It'd be like, oh, Anakin, I'm too weak. My slingers can't do any damage. All right, let's push in here. Gutter runners still doing their thing. Let's pull you guys back as well. And man, Dwarf, you gotta respect that Dwarven tenacity though. Just not going quietly here. Whirl of Weeping Blades is really good. I look forward to using that in like gates and siege battles. And Deathmaster is getting pretty scary with some of the stats. He's got 590 with our current kind of setup of operations here. So let's go ahead and take a look. That's a nice Dwarven stack to get rid of. I mean, it's mostly Dwarf Warriors, but like had that been full health, we still would have won, but it would have been a pain in the butt. And you can see we're starting to get some good chevrons on all of the boys here. But Deathmaster is so good at killing characters. I hope I get to fight like some big scary monster in this campaign. Just some like big beast, and I can see how quickly the Deathmaster can bring him down. Alright, so let's food situation's okay. We can occupy that at level 2 is fine. Yeah, we'll do level 2 there. So let's get the gold mine. Yes, yes. Get some walls. We're gonna be rich before you know it. And it looks like we have a couple schemes as well, and now we can get the good stuff. The Black Whirlwind, Vortex spells are really, really strong in campaign. So we're gonna get those. And our assassin rat here is, he has the replenishment. Let's get elusive, make him a little bit of a tricky target to go after here. And now we can go after these Dwarven holds up in the hills. Public order here is becoming a bit of an issue. So let's go ahead and recruit our Lord. Oh, he's not quite ready. When is he going to be ready? 4 turns. So we may have to head south. I do have spread public order, which would increase it by 1. And then if we do something for public order, we might be able to kind of slow the roll on that a little bit. So let's pull him down here. And yeah, there could be attacks coming, like Bretonnian armies. There's a Bretonnian Crusader nest up here. You can see these guys. So we also have to be wary of that. So we'll play it by ear. Okay. Let's pass turn. A couple more turns here, guys. In this first episode, I do have a limitation on how long this first episode can be based on the early access stuff, so it can't be a super long one. As much as I'd love to sit here for like 3 hours and just play this because it's really fun. Oh, we do also have the available scheme, so I did forget to do that last turn. So let's go ahead and just pop that now. So now we have the level 2 stuff. We have Master Splinter, we have Sniven, and we have Zap here. All right, so applies a leadership penalty. Let's go to the Midnight Raids. Damages an army for 10% of its current health. Damn, that's awesome. Grants vision of a province for 20 turns and destroy the most expensive building in a settlement. Oh my god, that's awesome. Well, not really pertinent now, so let's go ahead and get Master Splinter and just have him raid this area for food. And let's see if we can just like do Master Splinter back to back. I probably should be doing Deathmaster. So let's do Deathmaster, let's do a small heist, and I guess it probably actually affects our issues here. So let's go ahead and use Deathmaster as well. Okay. That's a really nice way to just like level up characters quickly. So for this one, yeah, we probably want to like develop our characters a little bit more before we go crazy there. Woundmaker is going to give us weapon strength plus 10%. We have our assassin leveling up. Master Splinter is just a specialist, so we'll just kind of make him do his thing here. And let's have him come down here and help out with public order. As we don't really, we'll get a public order building next turn here. And we have slowed the roll. It's going to be 6 turns. Maybe we can actually stabilize it. Hard to say. So I think taking this is going to be smart. It's a little bit of rapid expansion, but it's a nice defensible concave, which we have a mountain range here. So then we can like branch out in this general direction. Hopefully Tic-Tac-Toe conquer some of the Tomb Kings so we can just go down there and deal with them. And yeah, we still don't have the tier 3 stuff yet. All right, so let's go after this Dwarven settlement here. Wha-bam. Should be an easy auto-resolve. We'll occupy that, just kind of base level. Yeah, we don't want to go down to that, so we'll just occupy it as is. And we get the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers now. So I think we'll recruit those guys. We'll get rid of some of these just ghetto slingers back here. It's always nice to have a little bit of sustainability in your force. You know, something that can actually fight and not just get bowled over like our slingers. Imagine just fighting like a full stack of like Chaos Knights or something. Woundmaker, 20%. So his 636 right now. He's getting juiced to the gills. Brittle Bones is really good, but we're going to get Black Whirlwind first. The Assassin here. He's a survivor, but Venomous Blades is really nice. So next we just go to Vulture Mountain, which is the capital here, and they already have the Diamond Mine, which is great. So public order here. Yeah, we'll play it by ear. All right, guys, last couple turns here. Just going to wrap things up with our glorious Skaven conquest. Yes, yes. It's been a good first episode. I'm really enjoying this campaign, though. I'm excited to see what the high-level schemes are. And we only need to do 3 of the main missions. I have a feeling, though, like, we need to make sure. So, guys, if you're getting into this, make sure you, like, check to make sure that your army can actually... can we reach Vulture Mountains? I think we can. Now, is there any rights we want to do? We can't do that one. We can do this. Diplomatic relations with Skaven. All armies get the Eshin Clanstone. Ooh. Direct damage. Okay. Let's try that out. Actually, how much money do we have, firstly? We're not that rich. The gold mine coming in is quite nice. Public order here isn't the best. It seems like we're getting pretty solid here. We have 1 more building slot. So obviously I want to build the mortar tech to start getting that direction. Granted, we can't even get the mortars till quite late, so I think just going for the Taskmaster's platform is going to be the smart play. It also unlocks tech tree as much as I really just want to, you know, cause problems there. So we don't have any of our sweet schemes. Can we reach you guys? It looks like we can. Sometimes it's a little bit hard to tell. That. Yeah, looks like we can. Great. So, all right. So let's go over there. Firstly, we'll actually send the assassin to see if we can get some eyes on it. It's pretty nice having that little rat to just run around the map. Economy's looking good. It looks like there's a standing army there. The garrison is going to be pretty weak, actually. So let's go ahead and siege Vulture Mountain. Here comes the Clan Eshin party. The rats running through the desert, the arid desert, their natural habitat here. But we do have the siege attacker. Siege battles might be kind of annoying here. Let's give armor piercing damage to the Clan Vulcan Tail Slashers. We'll fight it. Yeah. Yes, we'll fight it. Let's get some more summons. It's really useful for these siege battles. Gutter Runner is going to have some problems being effective on the walls, which is unfortunate. I don't believe I have the ability yet that allows for the really juicy siege attribute. So basically it makes it so when you siege, like they just take a bunch of attrition like right away. So I could like sit there and just wear down their army and force them out. But in this case, I just want to kind of bring this whole episode against Greybeard's Prospectors here to a conclusion. As we siege, yes, we'll see how it goes. All right, so basically we want to have like a dual-pronged attack, I think. It's very Skaven, right? All right, so we'll get one of you guys here, one of you guys here. Our characters can go in there. Yeah, we have... Actually, you know what? Why are we doing this dual-pronged business? Let's just be brave like the Skaven truly are and just pressure We don't need to be too gamey, I don't think. Although having these guys on this side is nice. It'll pull some of the AI stuff away. Yeah, it's fine. All right, start deployment. We have Vortexes. We have a lot of goodies here. So, all right, so let's go ahead and get you guys kind of rolling in the deep here. Let's pull you guys up as well and get you guys going after the gatehouse, but we don't want them to be taking those shots. And now at this point, we basically just bring this army over here because it basically screws up the AI's deployment. I mean, yeah, we could camp in the corner and use slingers to really cheese the AI here, which might not be a bad idea, to be honest. But we're going to try and do it the old-fashioned way. What does they have up on the walls? Deathmaster and the Assassin can climb the walls, so we'll send them up there to just go ham, which will be cool. And, yeah, I guess we'll just get the Warp Grinder teams and everyone just going at the gate. Warp Grinders apparently take out gates pretty quick, which is neat. For some of the later battles, we may need to like get a little bit more cagey. And what do we have? The Guando Rats. The Guando Rats can climb the walls with the Deathmaster, I think. Alright, so let's put them in group 5. We'll have them climb here. Is there any rat summons we can use in the city to pressure things? I don't think you can capture the back with that. So come on, get in there. Get your drills in there. Deathmaster climbing up on the wall. At which point he can jump down the other side. Although I just want to use his big AoEs first to make sure we can polish off the... Is there anything we can really hit here? Not really. I guess we'll just get a little bit closer. Vortex is, of course, useful. You can see we're throwing some ninja stars up there, but they don't have the best like arcs of fire, so... Let's pull you guys there. The Guando Rats coming up on the walls here. And Deathmaster and his rat assassin buddy climbing the walls. Very thematic stuff. Skaven's sieging here. Get in there. Come on, what are you guys waiting for? They're like just a big, ugly amalgamation of stuff. Alright, so we're on the walls here. Deathmaster, we want to run him a little bit like further up here if we can. Just to get him like right in the middle of the... Oh, we can't use it on walls? Oh, that's so stupid. Oh, well. Alright, so we're going to just kind of keep fighting there and see what we can do. Alright, so these guys obviously having line of sight issues. Yeah, we're up on the walls now. Are they on the gates? Okay, it looks like there's like a big, ugly blob at the gate there. So the Warp Grinder team needs to get there. You need to get there. We need to just pound town that gate. Granted, Deathmaster on the wall is still going to be scary with his halberd rats. Like, they have good AP values, should be able to deal with the Longbeards somewhat efficiently. So as these troops advance over here, we're just going to summon some rats to kind of muck up their advance. We'll just throw some pebbles here. These are gutter runners, could probably climb the walls here. Yeah, we could probably climb the walls with those guys, which is fine. And now we have the drill teams in there, so we're getting in there pretty good. So Deathmaster and the Assassin. We'll leave the Assassin, we'll pull Deathmaster down here. And the Vortexes, I don't believe we can use on the walls. Cannot target. God, that's so annoying. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Alright, so we have some rats going up in the walls here. Deathmaster and company is down, so he's going to go after this Dwarf Lord here. And we'll see how this goes. He's going to take a bit of damage, so let's go ahead and cast this on him to give him some armor. Make him a little bit tankier. It'll put him up to 90 armor, which again is like basically dwarf tier armor, right? Guando Rats on the walls causing some problems. The Warp Grinder teams are coming in. Looks like the gate damage is here, so let's pull in all these guys to help out the Deathmaster as he does glorious battle here with this Dwarf Lord. And Veil of Shadows, interesting one. Let's go ahead and pop this here. See what kind of damage we can get. And the Dwarf Lord, oh my god, is getting wrecked. Oh my god, the damage is brutal. Oh, look at that Vortex. That's nice right there. The Guando Rats continuing to have some fun. We have the drills in now, so the drills can be doing that AoE damage if we want to, so let's move forward a little bit more. And we'll get the Whirl of Weeping Blades in there. So the Dwarf Lord has fallen, so now let's go ahead and pop this. Oh, the AoE damage is so sick! Oh my god, look at that! Just look at it. They got wrecked there, oh my goodness. Alright, so let's summon some more Rat Boys over here, just to kind of halt their advance. Man, that's a really cool combo. What's the cooldown on that? So we have Verminous Valor, we knock some of these guys away. Alright, so at this point, just to kind of speed things up, we probably want to send some rats over there to capture the back. Pull you guys in as well, if we can. The Assassin's on the wall, so let's have them go after that Thane if possible. And these gutter runners can attack on the walls here. So yeah, we'll just go back here. We can send the Warp Grinder team and like one group of clan rats to go deal with those guys. Deathmaster can come finish the job if we can. So here he comes. Going after the Dwarf Lord there. Should be able to take him out with the insane combat stats we have. Although the Dwarf Lord has some moves. He put a little bit of a juke on us there. Go ahead and drop this here. Warp Grinder team is going to go ahead and do some AoE damage and snare them so they can't move. And we'll do that AoE damage. Oh, look at the MLG big brain plays there, as the kids these days say. Alright, so let's get in the back. Let's go capture this. It looks good. I mean, we got some fighting on the wall still, to an extent. We've taken some damage on some gutter runners. Man, I'm really enjoying this campaign. Deathmaster's a lot of fun. Look at his damage right now, 682, 85 melee attack. It's going to be great once we itemize him, just with like OP items. Alright, so those guys are all coming in here. Looks like the walls are pretty much compromised. The Assassin doing battle with the Thane. Actually a bit of a fisticuffs fight here. How are we doing with our... Do we have our Halberd Rats? Oh, they actually took a lot of damage. So this Assassin might need to do a tactical retreat. Of course, Skaven aren't, they're cowardice. It's not a cowardice thing, really. It's just a matter of being efficient and, you know, picking our fights a little bit better. So we'll get Deathmaster here ready to deal with these guys. We're, of course, taking the city with force here. Let's get these guys up on the walls as well. And yeah, the assassin needs to get away. I would hate to lose this guy to some stupidness here. So let's see if we can get down here. Got our runners doing his thing. Battle should be ours soon. Deathmaster is going to just annihilate these Longbeards with his Vortex here, so we just need to get in combat here. All right, and then we'll pop the Whirl of Weeping Blades once they get a little bit more evolved up, and let's watch this. All right, so I'm watching here. Oh, the damage is really good. That's a really cool ability. That's really neat. It's going to be a little bit harder to be like super efficient with it in multiplayer and things like that, but I still think it'll be very good. So the Thane is fully surrounded here. Eshin Sorcerer can cast the armor buff on those Night Runners who are fighting the Dwarven Lord. And at this point, we could basically just fast forward, I think, as the Deathmaster and company should be able to polish off our foes. We have the AoE damage buff, so let's pop those to do, again, damage to all these troops fighting. Oh, it even hits the guys up in the walls. That's pretty sweet. We've got our runners. I'm fighting Longbeards over here. Not the best situation, but let's get some reinforcements. Let's just swarm with numbers. Very, very Skaven. And yeah, the Assassin maybe can finish off this Thane. Let's get the Eshin Sorcerer here. I think he has okay stats. He's like a little bit better than the Warlock Master, I think, in terms of just like raw combat stats. All right, so the Deathmaster has successfully taken the Dwarven hold for the glory of Clan Eshin. Their eternal schemes, unbeknownst to all. Thori Truth Teller, telling the truth, going out like a hero for sure. Yeah, I think this is the right way to build him in campaign. Just like make him a world beater and then, you know, get the core abilities and then you can go down your other trees. But in the early game, it just makes a big difference. Like, it would suck if he was just like losing to Thanes and Dwarf Lords, right? Like, because his stats weren't that great. All right, cool. So we took that. You can do a level 2 settlement there. Yeah, it's a nice one. So we have this, but we don't really care for that, to be honest. We have the Taskmaster's platform, which we can keep. It's a useful building. And now we have this whole province, which is great. All right, so let's go ahead and do some final touches here. So in this region, of course, we're going to have public order difficulty. So in the beginning, we'll do public order and untainted. We have the diamond mine sitting quite pretty there, and we can get the Guando rats coming soon. So we're going to be getting those rat halberds. So yeah, just to kind of close things out, let's take a look at some of the contracts here that we have. So we have clan contracts. So spy on Clan Pestilence for Clan Moors. Now, what are the Clan Moors traits? For the finals here, we get public order in all provinces. Yeah, because they're like military discipline rats, right? Now, Pestilence, what is a negative if Clan Pestilence doesn't like us? That's Mulder. Here's Scryer. Yeah, and this is Pestilence over here, I think. So food, ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Neither of those are terribly appealing to me, to be honest. So I'm just going to kind of opt out of those for now. And it looks like Zap Spark is leveled up. And we can get the rat training. He's taking his trainings from Nippon and applying them to his rat people. And Scarred Veteran is HP, melee defense. We can get the melee defense. Great, guys. So that's going to be it for our first episode. Hopefully you enjoyed this Deathmaster showdown. Stay tuned for episode 2 as soon as I can. I'm just going to be popping these episodes out like crazy. And if you guys have any suggestions, anything you'd like to see, please let me know. In the second episode, we're going to be working our way towards mortars and some more advanced fun stuff. And yeah, more great schemes, more shadowy dealings. You can see here we do, of course, have the tier 2 stuff now. So we can start getting pretty wild. And on that note, I know you guys are probably curious. Let's take a look at the tier 3 stuff. So grants ownership over a Skaven Undercity. Wow, overthrow lair. Okay. Big heist gives us 4,000 gold. Wounds the lord of a target army. Wow, and head-to-head, that's gnarly. Grants ownership over a rival Skaven army if led by a legendary lord. They do not join your faction. Oh my god. Oh my god, some of these are awesome. Destroys an army at sea. Oh, but you have to send Snitch to do some of these. Like this one, the Scuttle of the Fleet. Snitch destroys all buildings in a settlement, leaving only the main settlement building behind. Oh my god, this is awesome. Contagion stops recruits, reduces growth. And Snitch removes a faction leader, causing them to be overthrown by rebels. Oh my god, plunge into anarchy. That's really fun. Wow, this campaign's going to get wild. So guys, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed this first look, and we'll be seeing you pretty soon. Cheers.